Hello, welcome to our RecapPlus channel. Today we will watch a recap movie is called Glass, released in 2019. This is a spoiler content video. So please turn on the subtitle and let's start the story. Almost 20 years in the wake of turning in Elijah Price to the specialist toward the finish of Unbreakable, 2000, David Dunn has embraced his godlike vigilante self-image named the Overseer and is supported by his now grown-up child Joseph. After catching two male reprobates who have attacked a person for seeing on the web, Dunn gets back to his business of Dunn Home Security. It is uncovered that he is hunting after Kevin Wendell Crumb / the Horde / the Beast after the occasions of his endeavors in the occasions of Split, 2016, which in this timetable happened 3 weeks prior. After getting back, David battles with the way that his significant other left him, not ready to adapt to her better half's godlike endeavors and convictions. In the interim, Kevin Wendell Crumb / the Horde has hijacked a little gathering of team promoters and holds them prisoner, getting ready to take care of them to the Beast in an unwanted manufacturing plant. Dunn strolls through the roads the following morning, brushing against individuals who pass him by in the groups to see into their past and derive who the Beast is. He brushes against the 9-year-old character of Kevin and sees a flashback of him addressing carcasses of young ladies his self-image the Beast had quite recently killed. That evening, while Kevin changes into the Beast and probably goes after a gathering of vagrants, Dunn wears the downpour slicker jacket of the Overseer and shows up at the industrial facility. After liberating the young ladies, he is gone after by the Beast, who is speedier and more light-footed than him. However, Overseer is more grounded than the Beast, and when the Beast endeavors to pound him, Overseer jumps out of a close-by window, causing them both to land in the roads beneath. The two ascents up and charge each other again, yet are come by a gathering of police drove by a secretive lady who urges Dunn to surrender himself to try not to hurt officials of the law. The Beast is decreased to a befuddled and terrified Kevin by the blazing lights that the police have. The two are then captured and brought to Raven Hill Memorial Institution. Joseph observes defenselessly as his dad and Kevin are put in holding cells. Dunn is set in a room with water sprinklers which will go off assuming that he endeavors to escape. Kevin is held in a room with entrancing lights intended to blaze. Would it be advisable for him at any point to show out and out types of savagery? Additionally, in the institution is Elijah Price, actually serving his time for bombarding the East Rail 177 to track down David Dunn and find his powers of actual strength. The baffling lady from Pryor uncovers herself to be Dr. L. Staple, a therapist. L. Staple attempts to persuade the men that they are typically individuals with impulses of greatness yet reliably fizzles. She then, at that point, attempts to engage Price's mom, Joseph Dunn, and Casey Cook, a previous casualty and companion of Kevin, yet flops once more. Staple gives the men 3 days to be persuaded that they are cheated figures and not supernatural people. If not, they will be brought to preliminary for their wrongdoings. Staple then, at that point, calls Dunn and Kevin into space to test their minds. Be that as it may, an apparently lethargic and inert Elijah Price, still wheelchair-bound from the wrecked spine he got from his tumble down a stairway in Unbreakable, is wheeled in and brought close by the men, much to David Dunn's revulsion in being related with him. During the gathering, Staple reviews Kevin's previous maltreatment from his mom, which prodded the change of the Horde, as well as the time David was almost suffocated in a pool which almost killed him, whenever water first was uncovered to be his kryptonite. She then, at that point, tests Price's mind by reviewing a period where he broke his arm on a ride at a fair, inferring the outrageous delicacy of his bones. Sometime thereafter, Elijah Price breaks liberated from his cell and meets with Kevin, who is in his Patricia character. After a wise conversation, Elijah Price uncovers that he has not been taking his soothing prescription, rather concealing it inside his wheelchair, along these lines staying focused and staying sharp as could be. He energizes Kevin / Patricia to meet with him the following evening and show him the monster. Before Price leaves, Kevin / Patricia asks what his name is. Koss turns his head and answers, first name Mr., last name, Glass. After getting back to his room, Price is caught by Staple, who plays out a pre-front-facing lobotomy on him, realizing that his virtuoso should be suppressed before he can kick off any arrangement. The apparently mind-dead Price is taken back to his cell, however out of nowhere wakes up and kills his guardian by cutting his throat with a shard of broken glass. It is then uncovered that Price had wanted to be gotten by Staple, and had disrupted the machine before should the activity be led on him. Koss then, at that point, departures to Kevin's phone and deactivates the mesmerizing lights. He and Kevin advance toward a mystery room where Kevin changes into the Beast and investigates Price, finding that he has been broken. The Beast promptly starts to appreciate Price, yet not before Price clarifies his arrangement to have the Beast and the Overseer fight each other at the highest point of the just raised most noteworthy high rise in the city of Philadelphia. It is there that the entire world will see and find that superheroes do without a doubt exist. The Beast concurs and assists Price with clearing his path through the office. The Price then, at that point, speaks with David in his cell and makes sense that he had deactivated the water sprinklers. He urges David to get away, yet David at first rejects. The Price then, at that point, makes sense of that should David won't escape and battle the Beast, Price will explode a substance organization, killing many individuals. Having no other decision, David hesitantly separates the entryway, wears his downpour slicker, and runs out of the organization. Price and Beast start by standing up to a methodical who had abused Price years sooner. The Beast pounds the methodical and drives him to stoop before Price before pounding the life out of him as Price watches, shaking his head at the man's obstinacy. The Beast then, at that point, wheels Price through the corridors, whipping each security force that attempts to ruin them. The Beast catches 2 attendants and powers them into a van where he keeps them, prisoner. 2 cops appear, yet the Beast takes care of them. Value's mom, Joseph, and Casey show up on schedule to see the Beast notice the overseer drawing closer. Price sits back in his wheelchair and watches in energy as the Beast charges overseer and the 2 participate in a battle. Staple likewise sees this and calls up security. Casey surges out, wanting to quiet Kevin down, however he is too bustling battling overseer. Price perceives her as the one the Beast let go and grins in interest at her. Furnished police show up and isolate overseer from the Beast, yet are immediately overwhelmed. Administrator figures out how to push the powers going after him into an encased compartment before securing them, while the Beast figures out how to kill and eat a portion of his assailants. Regulator liberates the attendants the Beast held prisoner before being gone after by the Beast. The Price had informed the Beast that the overseer's shortcoming is water and guided him to a water tank the Foundation utilizes. Joseph intercedes and clarifies for Kevin that Kevin's dad was on the Eastrail 177 also, which Price had annihilated, in this manner killing Kevin's dad and making the Beast. After hearing this, Price is overwhelmed with joy and awe after acknowledging he made both a superhuman and a supervillain and proclaims himself a genius. The Beast says thanks to Price for making him, however, at that point makes sense that he should safeguard Kevin no matter what, just before breaking Price's collarbone. The supervisor attempts to occupy Beast from Price, saying that his battle is with him, which Price views as entertaining. The Beast then, at that point, punches Price in the chest, breaking his ribs, which thus penetrate his lungs and mortally twisted him. Price shouts with torment and drops out of his wheelchair, biting the dust upon the ground. The Beast flings overseer / David Dunn into the water tank and battles him in there, effectively overwhelming him. Dunn figures out how to get through the divider and the 2 sprinkle out onto the organization's grass. The water from the tank spills out also and fills a close by the pothole. The Beast tells Dunn that they will complete their fight at the highest point of the high rise and starts running off like that. Staple persuades Casey to quiet the Beast down to keep away from some other brutality, and she concurs. Casey gets up to speed to the Beast and requests to him, making him quiet down and return to the honest Kevin. When his protections are down, an expert marksman shoots Kevin in the stomach now that the indestructible skin of the Beast is no more. Kevin drains out and starts passing on. More police powers appear and Joseph requests that they help his dad as he is exceptionally feeble. One of the security powers snatches David and hauls him over to the water-filled pothole, coercively suffocating his face in it. David is too feeble to even consider retaliating and is effectively survived. Staple shows up and orders the watchman to stand by as she snatches David's hand. He then, at that point, sees a flashback to her life where she is an individual from a mysterious society checking the activities and works of godlike creatures, subduing them. Would it be a good idea for them? They draw a lot of consideration. She lets David know that assuming she persuaded him he was human she would have allowed him to live, yet Price's and the Beast's plots forestalled that. She then, at that point, leaves and David understands his actual irrelevance as the watchman over and again slams David's face into the puddle, heartlessly suffocating him. Kevin kicks the bucket in Casey's arms, at last tracking down the light and discovering a true sense of reconciliation in the security of his companion's arms. Elijah lays biting the dust in the parking garage, a wrecked and sad wreck. Staple shows up and lets him know that she and individuals from her following have stifled godlike driving forces to hold a protected society, forestalling general partitions of divine beings among men. After Staple leaves, Elijah Price's mom bows over her withering child. Cost makes sense of agonizingly that he was not a slip-up, to which his mom grins gladly at him saying, "No. You were terrific." Price grins wryly and passes on calmly. Accepting her central goal a triumph, Staple erases the recording of all the surveillance cameras which recorded the battle among Overseer and Beast. In any case, upon closer assessment, she understands that Price had hacked the PCs and livestream every one of the occasions to a private organization. Subsequently, it was never Price's arrangement to get away from the office and power the Beast to fight Overseer at the highest point of the high rise, as such an arrangement would be excessively intricate. His arrangement and all that he had worked for was presently a total achievement. Staple leaves the security room and shouts out of frustration, understanding her disappointment. Value's mom, Joseph, and Casey get duplicates of the recording and transfer it, uncovering everything to the general population in the Philadelphia high rise. The film closes with them sitting together as the recordings of Overseer and the Beast and their fabulous accomplishments are transferred and spread to everybody's channel and the day-to-day news, uncovering the universe of superheroes to the general population. The fundamental title of Glass shows up on the screen one final time, and the end credits are bound with shards of glass through which scenes from the film as well as the past movies of Unbreakable and Split interface the entire story together. To watch more video like this, click on the videos on your screen, and don't forget to let me know how you feel about today's video in the comments down below. And at last I will say, stay safe and stay healthy. See you next videos.